Hello and welcome to Marvel Chats. This week we will talk about not one but two episodes of Miss Marvel. Episode 4, where she meets up and teams up with the White Dagger. We'll talk about the scene White episode, and we will also talk about the Aisha-centric episode 5, which is the shortest episode to date in the cinematic Marvelverse in the Disney Plus library. Harkening back to the WandaVision, but yeah, we will talk about episode 4 and 5 of the series together. So sit back and enjoy our Marvel talks.
Gotcha.
So yeah, episode 4 and 5, they were very short episodes.
Yeah, they were very short and very concise. I really like that.
Yeah, I liked it too. Yeah, sorry about last week. I'm gonna go back up to episode 4, but yeah, the
Gotcha.
two were short. Yeah, the only thing one with the later one, there could have been a little more footage added. But I'll get back to that later. Okay, yeah, season 4, episode 4. We got to Karachi. Sorry, I'm trying to rehash from last week's fiasco.
Gotcha.
So yeah, plane ride to Karachi, Nani, the City of Lights, cinematography on the room. Yeah, I liked when she entered the room. Yeah, very great on the cinematography. Same train from Vision. Yeah, Cousins historical site. And yeah, the scene behind me is what I wanted to use last week.
Okay.
But yeah, I couldn't find it, and the one I found, it did not translate well into like a normal Zoom video feature, so I had to wait for a bigger like emblem for that. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, but I thought like I said last week, there was a lot of great comedic moments within the fight sequence itself, and I love the snappy dialogue back and forth.
Yeah, very snappy, very quick-witted. I know it's a little hint of sarcasm, but like sarcasm, like in a positive light, though. But you're right; it was very quick-witted, and the comedy with the dialogue was really, really good on that.
Yeah,
for this episode 4, Seeing Red.
Yeah, and yeah, I got a lot of great quotes of the IMDb and the other site.
Nice.
I'm trying to find my favorite. You mentioned the one, Roger wanted to jump like that, Ninja
Turtles.
And
how'd you jump like that, Donkey Kong? But like that little banter between the two was really good, even with the pop culture reference.
Yeah, and let's see. Yeah, my favorite one is still, do all masked Americans have superpowers? And she's like, how do you know I'm not Canadian? So yeah, that, and I think the second one, because I really love the Terminator, was "Come with me if you want to live." And she's like, huh? Just kidding. I always wanted to see that.
So yeah, which they rolled off really well saying it too. Because like oftentimes when they throw like pop culture reference in TV shows, it
Yeah.
sounds very scripted and it doesn't sound very naturalistic. But in that scene between the two, it was very naturalistic with the pop culture reference. It's like, come with me if you want to live. Little Arnold there, right?
Yeah.
He didn't change the octave of his voice or change anything. He just said it was like, come with me if you want to live. It's
Hmm.
like, oh, I'm just kidding. I just always wanted to say that. But I was like very subtle on the way they wrote it in, which is really good. It didn't feel forced by at all.
Yeah. And a lot of people are now speculating like, does Ninja Turtles exist in the Marvel universe now? Because I mentioned,
Yeah,
uh,
I've heard about that too, like online. And like I've seen little articles here and there on through Facebook. It's like, is the TMT Ninja Turtles part of MCU? I think they were just adding that in to add a little funny line there. But
yeah,
like it could, it's a fan theory,
yeah, because I mean, there have been, I think, mutants that have been clandestine, that have been Terrigen, so who knows, we might get Ninja Turtles at some point.
Or even a
Um,
Splinter reference too.
yeah, um, let's see. Um, Claims Leia, I like the the character Wally, very short, like we mentioned last time. Um, yeah, I'm surprised he was only in the episode for like maybe 10-15 minutes at the most. Uh,
Oh yeah, at most. I was really hoping his character be like fleshed out more throughout the episodes. I think that's one of those characters. Sometimes in the Marvel shows and the movies, they set up a character, and that character gets killed off far too quick than it should. I felt like his character should have stayed on longer.
yeah, let's see. Uh, I like that the veil is Noah. He provides um, Kamala with a little more information regarding like the background of where the Pharaoh came from, what the Pharaoh represents. Um, I'm thinking of the Captain Marvel sequel might have something more to include with the Pharaoh as it comes. Um,
I feel like it might too. My brain's right there with you on that one too, Chris.
yeah, so yeah, the Supermax poison, and then Cameron gets betrayed by Najima. I didn't expect that. Um, yeah, you have a little conversation between Kamala and Nani, a little more, and then yeah, we had the grandmother, granddaughter, and then the uh, mother conversation, which I thought was like incredible. Um, yeah, as it provides a little more information. It was a great, like, kind of send off in between uh, that generation gap and all English.
Yeah, I felt the same way too. Cause like I felt like in terms of like all the episodes, I felt like episode 4 was very much the family oriented episode, which I liked. And seeing the dynamic between Kamala's mom and her mom as well, showing those some of those few of those moments in this episode. We really
Yeah,
see like Kamala's mom's background, a little bit of Kamala's grandmother background too. At the same time, we see Kamala out in a new atmosphere, new place, new location, and we see more like the family history, which is great. I really like this episode. They really showed the cinematography well, showing the daytime and the nighttime.
Yeah, and yeah, I really liked the aspect where um, we talked about last week. They showed some of our costume. I mean, not all the way, but she had the little eye mask in the beginning of the episode. She has the like like the navy, like I don't know, but it's like scarf or thing behind me.
Or the
Like
vest. Yeah.
vest kind of, yeah. That's it been what I said. Yeah. So um yeah, so that's like I said, it's gonna be shown later, but I do like the progression of how she gets equipped with each part of her costume as it goes along. You don't see the costume like in full, you see it in parts, in sequences, how she uses um, that at the time frame, and hopefully in the last episode, the suit will be revealed.
Yeah, I feel the same way too on that. I like the evolution and the progressions. Like she gets the mask, then she gets that blue vest. If I'm even thinking it's a vest, but like
Yeah,
I'll just say coat for the time being. But like I like the progression of like little by little of the attire for her new costume, because like I feel like when it's all like put together on her and then shown, I feel like it's going to take like an inspiration from it and create that costume that we see in the posters.
yeah, and yeah, the other thing I liked were the like the major fight sequences and the like the foot chase near the end of the episode. I really like the choreography of how those different fight sequences were played out, those different action sequences.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a bike chase, there's a little bit of a car chase, and a little bit of foot chase. It was really a combination. I really like that. It's not like it's like, oh, here we go. We're seeing the chase here. It's only in car. No, we're not going to just show you that. We're going to show you a mix of everything. It really makes it like a little more organic and real, not just like sticking to one idea to
Yeah,
show.
yeah, small. Yeah, it's fluent with the fluent and realistic, almost portrayal.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, kind of. The foot chase kind of reminded me a little of the Bourne Identity and those Bourne films.
Yeah, I never like realized that. I felt
I
like I was like watching the scenes and the fight sequences and the chases and all that. I felt like I was like I felt like back in my head, it's like, oh, where does this somewhat familiar?
yeah, it didn't hit my head until now. I mean, I yeah, when I did this with you last week, I did not put it on my notes. I just thought of it now. I mean, like the progression of the beats, and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, kind of. It was interesting to see the backstory, but it kind of, for me, kind of floundered out around the ending. Like it was the shortest episode. I was expecting a little more, and with the kind of the Bruno take on the end, I kind of wanted them to move that over to next week. I thought.
yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. I felt like episode 5 was like continuation and wrapping up from episode 4. We get to see more of the family dynamic and the culture and everything, which was great. I loved it. At the same time, I feel like after episode 5, I feel like they're going to shift the gears of the story back in the US.
Yeah, I wanted to see a little more with Aisha and the past. Well, she wants to go back, but I think she's realizing she's created like a new life for herself in the new world that's worth keeping. And I'm, I mean, I did like the betrayal, and I was seeing that coming or played out. But I mean, I would have liked to have seen like a progression and more of the backstory.
Yeah, me too.
And then when Kamala comes to the present, um, I would have liked to have seen the mother coming to terms with her powers more. Because it was basically, she gets back to the present and it's like, what is that light? I mean,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
thinking the same thing too.
I mean, I did like how it goes, but yeah, I wanted it to play out more. If it was like a 50-minute episode or near hour, I would have been fine with that.
Yeah, I won't be surprised on the cutting room floor when they were editing this. I bet they had a longer running time. And I bet they're like, we gotta cut some of the scenes here, this, there, and that, there a little bit. Let's keep it with this runtime. I felt like they might have had like more scenes, and they're like thinking, let's maybe like change our train of thought.
Yeah, because I mean, I did like the backstory. I did like them showing the Pakistan history, and I thought it was also a nice touch that they had the archival newsreel footage in the beginning, where the Marvel Studios logo kind of turned into sepia tone color.
Yeah, I really love that when they start out with the Marvel title card. Okay, it starts to morph and change a little bit into like a news type reel, which was really good on the transition. Then we see like back in 1942, India.
Yeah, and then I also liked the episode started playing like an old Bollywood song from the 40s, which I also thought added a nice symbolic tone to overall tone to that opening.
Yeah, I felt the same way too. The music was really good, even at the start, even throughout the episode as well.
Yes, let's see. The notes, I did not put any quotes. I was trying to find the quotes. The best one was the like when they were talking about the microchip, and I'm like, and the mother's like, okay, I'm planting the microchip in my daughter, and then somebody tells her about the Find My Phone app, and she's like, okay, my daughter's enough. Why did I hear about this until now?
Yeah, if I had to like think about a quote in the back of my head, I would probably say like, Mammy, that's Magma the dog. And they would switch gears to about like, you can just check your phone and your account and see where she is. Like, wait a minute, I can do that? I felt like I should have done that a long time ago.
Yes, like it's almost like saying you picked a really worst time to tell me about this.
Yeah.
So
there's comedy there.
Yeah, I like let's see. 1942, I that the notes looks like a Aisha-centric episode, and then it took me like all of 10 seconds before I'm like, oh, this takes place after like the flashback in episode 3 where she runs out from the train station. Or yeah,
Yeah, I was kind of curious too when they're going to show Kamala in the past. It's like, I get it's the history. We're seeing the family and the history of the bangle and where it came from and all that. At the same time, it's like, how are they going to tie in from the last episode to this one? It's like, when does Kamala appear in this episode? And they did it very subtle too. They did a really good job on that.
yeah. And then I think, yeah, yeah, and then when she was pregnant with Sana, I was at the grandmothering present. I was trying to type 1 year later, and then when she grows up, I'm like, okay, how many years has it been? So yeah, I was writing like 2 years later or something. Yeah, just to catch up with it was like very fast.
Yeah, very fast.
Yeah, then yeah, let's see. Uh, Reunion with Naja, and then the 24-hour ultimatum, and then it's like, yeah, she leaves right away. That's when I thought there could have been more of like more of like a backstory in between, because yeah, they went really fast with, okay, here's Aisha with the family, and then here's Naja's, and I knew she was ultimately gonna die, but I'm like, that's when I said like, okay, I need more of a backstory, because this all happens like really fast in the span of half hour, and yeah,
I feel like whenever the DVD Blu-ray comes out, and whenever that comes out, I feel like there's going to be like extra scenes from this episode.
I have a pretty good feeling too. Um, okay, then Kamala travels back the moment Aisha died. Then the story of circles, and then yeah, I was a little confused on how Kamala went back in time to save her grandmother. Um,
Yeah, I actually have a theory on that one. So, like during the fight, Bangle gets hit, right?
yeah,
She gets transported to the past. And like later on, sometime in the episode, the grandmother's like, I remember seeing stars. And my theory is that when the Bengal got hit, it transported her back in time.
yeah,
I think time itself, this is the theory part. I feel like time itself and activated the Bengal, made Kamala go back in time to fix a point in time in history to help someone out, to make something right. So she can find her great grandmother. That way they meet with her father. I felt like time itself was giving Kamala an opportunity to fix her wrong, to make it right. If that makes any sense, what I just said.
yeah.
You can tell me if I confuse you.
No, because I've been waking up and I saw Avengers Endgame, and everybody's like, this goes against the whole uh, time theory from Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, very much like that. I felt like this theory of mine is more of like a time theory, that time itself was giving Kamala information to understand her Bengal, at the same time to help out her family,
Yeah, but then
to make
again,
them reunited during the partition.
yeah, but then again, even though it's not connected. I hope it is later. You have the last final season of Agents of Shield, which kind of went like on a time hop. Those
Yeah, very much.
areas, and yeah, it was think it was it's kind of like that.
Time travel theory, string theory, quantum mechanics. It can get so high up there.
Yeah,
Understanding that stuff, it can get like, oh my God, I'm getting a headache now.
yeah, because like it started or Back to the Future, Terminator, yeah, Avengers Endgame with the time heist. Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of these
layers to that.
movies, yeah, while time travel has like a distinct set of rules, um, and and it can be broken, but yeah, you like have to like the what all those what if questions. So this might have been kind of like what if.
Oh yeah, I felt the same way too. I felt like this was like a what if scenario, like a what if situation.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, yeah, when Kamala came back to the present, I thought there could have been like more well Kamala's mother like comes to terms with the daughter having powers and yeah, like accepting what her grandmother or mother was saying was true all along. So
Hmm.
yeah, and yeah, so yeah, then I got big um, when the Velo is not home, um, and everybody was killed off when they were touching the Velo. Like Naja killed us of spirit passed down to common, and a big one in parentheses was like when I was watching, I'm like, okay, what just happened?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. It's like, what just happened? Okay, the veil killed her off, and I'm thinking, okay, her essence went to Cameron. I was thinking that my brain was going there too. It was like at the same time, it's like back in my head, it's like, what just happened? Confusion on the board. But like I feel like that question will be answered in the next episode.
Yeah, I do have a feeling, and then yeah, then you have another kind of like um you have another kind of like uh reveal of the uh or the evolution of the suit where Kamala's necklace makes that S a symbol that yeah is used on the design of I think her sword and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
that I
I'm sorry,
picked
go ahead.
that I picked that up right way. I think you are about to say that too, and I'm sorry for cutting you off.
It's all good. Yeah, the only thing I was going to say was what you're going to say. Like, I felt like that when she picks up the S of the necklace, I felt like that was like totally like a setup for something. And we're going to see that payoff too. Because like I didn't like realize that till now. I was like, oh wait a minute, that's the like kind of like the shape on her design of her costume.
Yeah, and she kind of also gets the like uh the gift uh from the White Digger or the claim guy. So yeah, we're hopefully getting see those on our suit play out in the last episode. And then I wrote that then Bueno is killed by Cameron, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah. So
Yeah, I did the same thing too in my notes. The explosion of Circle Q, Bruno's place, question mark, question mark. I feel like Bruno's alive
Yeah,
and Cameron's alive. I don't think they're like dead, dead, dead. I think it just looks like they are. And they
yeah,
like went into like an alcove or
yeah,
something in
because
order to survive.
yeah, it happened really fast.
Yeah, it did.
And like I said, it was more of like a stinger for the next episode.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I really wish that stinger was on. Uh, it would have been like a great opening for like the last episode. Because
For sure.
yeah, because we're going to see not only Bruno back, but hopefully we're going to see Nakia back, and hopefully Zoe and the agents again.
Yeah, from the DODC.
DODC. Yeah.
That's a lengthy acronym.
Yeah. Even, yeah, you messed up in there. Yeah,
It's not like saying like strategic homeland intervention, da 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 da. It's like, wait a minute, we'll just call that shield.
yeah. Yeah. Or hammer or, yeah, sword.
Right. Sword. Yeah.
So, all right. So, yeah. Yeah. One more episode next week, and hopefully this is going to be longer than this episode was.
Here's hoping, right?
Yeah.
Cross fingers.
Yeah, then yeah, I'll probably do Moon Knight after this, and then She-Hulk. Yeah,
Moon Knight's a great series. It's very
yeah,
dark. I've
I'll
watched it already, but I don't mind watching it again.
yeah, I'll probably do 2 episodes. So
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we should be on She-Hulk. So, all right, Ben.
Nice.
I'll see
All
you
right.
later. Peace
Marvel
out.
out. See you later. Peace out.
All right, that is the end of the Marvel, Miss Marvel, 2-episode talks. Like I said, this was the shortest episode, and that 30 or 38 minutes will be on the last the 2-episode packages that will be shown in Pakistani theaters. So to recap, episode 1, 2 was one package, and then 3, 4 was the second package. Those already happened, and now this episode time and again, and the unnamed yet final episode, they will be shown in Pakistani theaters starting next Friday until July 31st. Whereas others will 1 week showings, this last one will be a 2-week showing. So July 15th through July 31st, episode 5 and 6. So, but we will get into episode 6 next week. So that's all for now on this week's Marvel Chat. Chris Walker signing off. Marvel out.